I'm Corky Coker, and I have been around collector cars my whole life. I've been raised in the old car hobby. I love the European cars, the Model Ts, the hot rods, the race cars, the vintage bikes, the antique trucks. I just dig it. But you know what's better than that? Is the people in the old car hobby. They are the best.
Sometimes the road less traveled takes you where you need to go. You turn back, things unravel.
At Honest Charlie Speed Shop, we love to build hot rods.
You never know what you've been looking for. Across the road, it always winds. Keep your eyes on what's in front of you. You just don't know what you might find.
Every car here in the Coker Museum has a story, and every story has a good ending. The most important thing that I like to do is have other people enjoy them, and I like to drive them. I like to see them out on the roads. I like to see them on the racetracks, and that's what we're doing at Honest Charlie Garage. We're building cars that people can enjoy, that people can drive, and people can experience.
Have you found what you've been looking for? Across the road, it always winds. Keep your eyes on what's in front of you. You just don't know what you might find.
One of the more famous cars that I have in the Coker Museum is our 1911 Pierce 48 7-passenger touring car. It's a beautiful car, don't you think? Well, you can see that at the Coker Museum here at 1309 Chestnut Street, home of Honest Charlie and the Coker Museum. The brass has been polished. Jason and Mike have spent almost 3 days polishing this brass. It's an amazing car. It's a 4-speed, almost 600 cubic inches. It's amazing. This car is sorted for touring. Teresa and I are going to have a fun time. We could take about 5 more people with us in this big 7-passenger touring car, but this time it's just Mama and me. This car is really pretty amazing. It's a 12-volt system. It's got an oil tank up high on the engine. It's an amazing car, 4-speed. Like I said before, it's about 600 cubic inches. So there's a couple of things that we're going to do to work through the process of the starting the automobile. I've got a kill switch. We've got a manual pump to get gasoline up to the carburetor, and then modern technology, because it's about 600 cubic inches, I ain't cranking it no more. We put a starter on it. So we're going to drive this car, and you can go with me. We'll go around Chattanooga just a little bit. And it is so smooth. When you're driving and shifting that car, it drives like a, don't say it, not Cadillac, it drives like a Pierce Arrow. She's alive. Can y'all feel how smooth this car is? It is smooth. Ain't nothing like driving an old car. seeing your new friends giving you a thumbs up, green grass, fresh air, nice weather. I'm in short sleeves and it's already March, but just old car people are the best people in the world, but those that view us and enjoy them are best too. Just check out this riverfront. We're passing by the Chattanooga Aquarium. It's an amazing place. You know, they got catfish in there that's bigger than I am. Swallow me. Now, after you've seen this, you can go home and tell your kids that you rode in a 1911 Pierce Era. Or you can bring them down to the motor car festival. You can see it firsthand, or come to the Coker Museum. Forbes magazine said that Chattanooga was one of the best places, best cities in America to come visit. If you don't believe it, if you don't believe me, just come here and see.
You can help support our show by joining the Haggerty Drivers Club. It includes a subscription to our award-winning magazine, unlimited access to our valuation tool, 24/7 roadside assistance with flatbed towing, free classified listings, exclusive coupons and offers, and VIP perks to select Haggerty events. Get more information at haggerty.com/HDC. And by our friends at Moss Motors. Run by enthusiasts for enthusiasts.
I wasn't there personally when Miss Jan and my dad Corky talked about the car. Whenever you start a car for the first time and it starts right up, there's just this overall sense of excitement and relief knowing that, okay, it's running, there's not something wrong with it. So to make sure that this car is running as perfect as possible, we rebuilt the carburetor. Josh did that. It's basically making sure that your engine can get the right amount of fuel, the right amount of air. All the points aren't clogged with grease or old oil. It's gonna be more efficient and drive faster and start every time you start it up. Everything in this car has very, very tight and limited spaces. It's very tight, just like my dad's wallet. All jokes aside, Jason and Josh are doing a great job with this. They are, I mean, I'm sure they've got their fingers cut and scraped trying to get in there, get a bolt tightened. It's been a lot of work, and I'm very impressed with the jobs that they've been doing.
Putting the carburetors in this engine is a real task. The engine has to be shoehorned in itself, and then the carburetors also have to be shoehorned in on the side of the engine. And you can see on the side here, that front carburetor pretty much touches the side of the fender. So you put them in, you kind of put them in front down and then fish them back up. It's a real challenge, and then putting the bolts on is also another challenge. We had put the car up to put the bottom bolts on, but you can also take that front passenger side wheel off and go in that way. So now that the springs are on the car, on the carburetors, we can put the linkage together, and that'll tie all three carburetors together down to your foot pedal. And since we have three carburetors, there's three pieces of linkage. They go together on a main shaft and then tie into the rest of the linkage that goes down to your foot pedal. Putting on new air filters, of course, just like any other car, it's great to keep junk out of the engine, and quiets down the motor on the front end quite a bit with these foam filters.
Golly, would you just look at all of this motor and this engine bay? The generator on this car is not a generator at all, but it looks like a generator with the number plate and everything, but it's got an alternator built inside that generator housing. And it's provided by Moss Motors, but it's manufactured by a company named Wasp. Really quality stuff. They also did a nice high torque starter. I'm gonna let Josh Kuzak tell you about these two pieces.
I'm gonna have to adjust Now, I don't know specifically about Wasp, but I do know, I mean, this is a high torque gear reduction starter, so it will spin the motor a little easier than the old one. Significant size difference between these two starters here. The teeth will contact on the flywheel. This one, when it's spinning, spins inward to make contact on the flywheel. And how the teeth would activate onto the flywheel going inwards, whereas our new one, they'll go backwards and activate on the flywheel. Soon here we're going to start this car. Gas tank's not hooked up at the moment, so it won't run for very long, but we just want to make sure it'll run before we get ahead of ourselves and make it harder in the future if there is a bigger issue.
6-cylinder motor is in, the carburetors are on. We have a number of things absolutely accomplished now, and now it's down to the troubleshooting of all the wiring, making sure that the switches work, what they're supposed to work, and everything operates. We're getting close. It's almost time to drive this car. Come on, you guys. Take a look in here. It's in here close.
Yeah.
Oh my, I recognize that front end. She's pretty solid old car, Roger.
Yeah.
Not much rust, got a little rust maybe. Where was it you said it was?
Passenger side.
Passenger side.
On the fender.
Inner fender.
Inner fender.
So you think this is original paint, or you think it's been painted again?
I don't think it's original.
But it's at least painted the original color.
Those two pieces of chrome that go on the hood, the paint under there is
It's a little
color.
different. Yeah, but they could fade.
Yeah.
It could fade. It's interesting, the little S.
The S stands for S package.
Yeah,
which
the
means
Formula S.
right.
Yeah.
It has
Means
carburation is different.
super fast, super speed. You know, I've never really been a big collector of Mopars. No reason. I just focused on hot rod Fords and some Chevrolets, Pontiacs, but this is a pretty good one to get rolling with, I think.
Yeah, I agree with the fact that you said a red line.
Yeah, red lines on this color.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll look sharp.
Yeah.
I might end up putting aluminum wheels on it. They had a factory option aluminum Magnum 500 that came on these Plymouth Barracudas.
Now, I have a book in there that you might be interested in.
Sure, I might.
But I'm sending it with you.
Okay.
It's about the development of the car, even in
Oh my
the
goodness.
clay model.
The one that got away. Second generation. Now this, in '67, that's the first of this more rounded Coke bottle style body shape.
Right. Before that, it was a warmed over Valiant.
Yeah. I never liked soup that was warmed over. I ate leftovers one time, I tell my wife. If she wants to serve them to me twice and 3 times, because they're still, I just don't do it. So I like this, that it's not warmed over, as he was saying. Man, that's handsome right there.
Yeah. But this here shows you, of course, the coupe, and the one on the other page showed you the fastback.
Wow. This yellow right here, underneath it's a little more yellow, and I think that's the faded color. This is what it needs to be, I believe.
And look at the tires.
Red lines. You agreed with me, didn't you? I said that'll look sharp with a set of red lines on it. You know, when I was a young man, my dad was starting the tire company and doing a great job building the company, and I started buying some collector cars, but he wouldn't give me any tires. You know, they say the cobbler's son goes barefoot.
Right.
Well, now, since I built the tire business up, I put new tires on every car I buy, and that's what I determined and I believe I've already got a set of FR 7014 Redline Firestone white ovals go right on there.
Yeah. And on the keychain here,
Yes, sir.
I have where I was working, called Mountain View Academy, and has the address in Mountain View, California.
That's where you were working.
That's where I was back in '75 when I bought this car.
1975. I am really thrilled with this car, but you know, more importantly, what's fun for me is meeting the people that you meet around an old car. They're the best people in the world, would do anything for you, and I have a blast meeting folks. It's fun to meet Steve and Shelley and your sweet wife, who's put up with you for 60-something years.
True. I call it vehicle maintenance and building maintenance for 35 years.
Yeah.
And so I got an opportunity to go to a college level within the organization, and I transferred there, and that took us up into the Napa County wine country of California.
Yeah.
So I took this up there and put it in the garage, thinking someday I'll get around to it. I guess been in the cars most all my life.
Sure.
And after being there for a few years at the college, I decided to go to a warmer climate. We went from there. We went down to a town called Scottsdale, Arizona.
Oh yeah, I know where that is.
And so,
big auction that goes on right there.
And so I moved the car myself from Mountain View
down to
Scottsdale with a tow bar. And so yes, it spent some time there, and my next work appointment was back in Northern California.
Oh yeah.
So family and car was moved to a town called Redding, California.
I know right where that is. But you've been here in Chattanooga or in Collegedale. You worked
since '94.
Since 1994. Mr. Fix-It for colleges and for businesses never got around to his old car. So once again, the cobbler's baby goes barefoot.
Right.
But here at Honest Charlie Garage in the Coker Museum, we do this, and you've seen my shop there, and that's what we do. Kendall works there, and we've got lots of opportunity to do engine work, to do suspension work. We can buy a brand new interior kit, brand new convertible top, get everything working pristine, and maybe we'll just bring it back out here and let you try to drive those hot rod redline tires on this 4-speed car.
That would be something, yes.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Roger Anderson, 1967 Plymouth Barracuda S package, 4-speed, 273, 2-barrel, maybe 4-barrel.
No,
we're not sure. It's 4-barrel. 4-speed, 4-barrel. So this little rascal ought to fly.
And it has dual points.
Dual point system.
That's
wow.
Part of the S package.
Part of the S package, and it's got extra different suspension for handling because of 4-speed and the high performance.
It has shoe and drum brakes all the way around.
Right.
And I don't really understand that, because what I read at one time, the front's supposed to have those
disc brakes,
but 2 pistons.
Oh yeah.
But it doesn't have that. Well, it has just standard drum and shoe.
You know, we can do some VIN number search and find out everything that this car had when it came off the production line, and we can make sure that we make it be just like it was.
Yeah.
That would be a fun thing. But
I'm thinking, I never made any changes, so I'm thinking that's the way it came.
Maybe. Well, I can't thank you enough for entrusting me. Now, last time we spoke or we saw each other, you thinking about this car leaving kind of made you a little sad, didn't it?
Right, it did.
Well, it makes me happy, but I'm glad that you've come to the conclusion that it's a good thing and that we'll do it right, and bringing this car back to you and driving your sweet wife and maybe your sweet daughter with with beautiful blue eyes down the road in this nice little Plymouth convertible. Hold me to it, you guys, that I come get this thing and bring it back and take them all for a ride. So, Roger Anderson, 1967, Plymouth Barracuda convertible, 4-speed, 4-barrel, 273, going to Honest Charlie. And you can come by and see it at the Coker Museum, 1309 Chestnut Street.